Hi everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Mercedes and I am a doula. I'm the owner of Purely Doula Care here in beautiful Washington. And I just wanted to show you some baby basics. These are things that I run into as a doula when I'm giving families support. And I just felt like, why don't I talk about them? So first thing I'm going to talk about is breastfeeding positions. I'm not so much going to get into breastfeeding, but just more positional wise, like things that you can do. So right now I'm sitting in a chair. It is not a high back, but it does support my back. And I have a breastfeeding pillow. This is not the My Breast Friend. This is simply a boppy. You just want to make sure it's nice and close to your body. And my little friend that will be helping me, I named her, she is a doll, yes, is Luna. So Luna is going to help me with showing the different breastfeeding positions. So let me show you first how to get set up. The biggest thing that you wanted to make sure that you do is to have yourself supported, because you will be breastfeeding and you want to try to be as comfortable as you can. So I'm just going to give you an example. So I'm sat back. I have my pillow nice and into my body, snug. I want it snug. You do want it high. This is not a breast pillow, but it does feel like it. You want it to be up and cozy underneath of your chest or your breast. Next thing for baby, the goal is always to bring baby to breast, not to bring breast to baby or chest to baby. Reason again is your back. Usually nursing sessions can go anywhere from, and this is a total time, can go anywhere from 10 minutes to possibly an hour. And sometimes babies like to, be able to suckle a little bit longer, or maybe they have some things going on orally where they need that contact, or maybe they need that time to be able to suckle and bond with you. So always bring baby to breast, not breast to baby. So if you're comfortable laying back, that is how you're nursing. You're not going to come up to latch baby on. You're going to bring baby closer to latch on, and I will show you this. Another thing that I also like to tell parents is that babies, it's often that they like to put their hands around their face. That's normal, and sometimes it's a little bit of a fight. Not necessarily fight, a little bit of a struggle, so it's a little bit different wording. So you'll have to kind of watch them with this. I think that the best position for babies to feed in is when they're giving you a hug. So they should be hugging around the breast. One arm should be beneath the breast. The other one should be on top. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So this first position that I'm doing is called a cross cradle. The reason why it's called a cross cradle is because it's not the most natural position that most moms would initially want to do. So you would put elbow to butt, and you're going to take this hand that's supporting the baby's back and bottom, behind the neck, up around behind their ears. See, we got them nice and snug. This can feel awkward at first. It can. It's okay. It will get better. Then you're going to have baby hugging the breast. Remember, they're going to be in that surrender pose where they're hugging the breast. So you have one up underneath, and you have the other one on top. Because this is a doll, it's not going to be that easy, not unless your baby's like, yes, feed me. And then when you go to latch baby on, you can tickle their nose or their upper lip until they get that really big mouth, really big. You want it to be really big. And since you're comfortable and relaxing when they do that really big mouth and you're sandwiching your breast, I usually say up and under when you're grabbing the chest or the breast. Just because when you're doing like this, it's not matching the baby's lips. And you want to match the baby's lips with your fingers. So if you're up and under, baby's mouth is going like this. So you're going to have it just like that. So up and under, Baby's mouth goes really big after you've been tickling their upper lip and their nose. When they kind of go back, bring them in. Bring them right in, straight towards your nipple, straight towards your nipple. And they usually kind of figure it out. They're usually pretty excited. Sometimes babies are a little sleepy, and so you have to help them out a little bit, but that tickling can help quite a bit. Another thing that you want to make sure of is, especially if they're a brand new baby, so if they're within the first week of life, you want to try to watch this spot back here, because they did a lot of navigating when they were coming out of the womb, whether that was surgically or vaginally, if you did experience labor. And there's a reflex here where they want to they press against that because they're trying to figure their way out. So when you're trying to latch baby, you want to be careful not to press the whole head into the breast like that you want to lead them at the base of their head. And sometimes you can kind of use the top. But again, you don't know how heavy your baby is going to be, and that can be a little awkward if you're trying to do the nipple and using the top of the head. So really trying to get a good brace on the back of their neck can be really helpful. So that is the first position. The other one that is more natural that a lot of moms want to go to first is the cradle hold. The cradle hold is a little bit harder to do if it's your first time nursing a baby, not unless you have a really vigorous and excited nurser. And so that's where you would kind of have your arm supporting their head in the elbow, and you kind of wrap around, grab their butt, right here. And then you can use this hand. Again, if you're going to do it, it needs to go up and down. So baby's lips, fingers, like this, up and down. And when they go for a big open mouth, you want to kind of invite them in. So you're going to just take and bring their whole body into you. Whole body in. And then once they're latched on, you can kind of ease up a little bit and be able to relax into the pillow. Make your adjustments that you need to make, kind of thing. This one is harder, and the reason why I say it's harder when you're initially starting out is because you are blocking your vision from your breast. And so you want to make sure that if you're doing this, you can try to see your best, or just wait on this one, or do it if you have support and help at home, whether that's a partner or a friend or someone close to you that you're like, please help me. I could use some help at this time, because this hold is a little bit more trickier for me. Another hold that I think is really great, especially if you have bigger breasts, is the football hold. So that's when you have baby, and you take baby and you kind of fold them up underneath of your armpit. So kind of up and underneath, literally up under your armpit. So you have their side up under your armpit. Mostly babies will kind of crisscross their feet back here. If not, you can kind of help them into a kneeling position. Back. If the pillow isn't working for you like this, you can turn it. So let's adjust the pillow first. So I got baby up here. Just kind of turn it to the side. It's actually a little bit of extra support for your back too, which is kind of nice. So now you've got your pillow all set up, and now you're going to put baby on. So again, usually most babies will kind of crisscross their feet behind you, but if not, and you want to help them out, then you can fold their legs, bend their legs, swing baby around, get that arm nice and tucked underneath of here. And similar to how you're doing the cross cradle, you're going to support the baby's head with this arm. So the arm that baby is under, you're going to support the baby's head with the behind their ears, the neck, with a few extra fingers for support back here. And most babies, again, they're going to put their hands next to their face. They're going to get a little confused, and that's okay. Again, directions with your hand. So up and under when you're nursing the baby. Because again, baby's lips are going to be like this, up and down. They're not going to be across. So you want to have your fingers around your areola. So where the color changes on your nipple, you're going to want to have your finger and your thumb there. Around that spot, squish it really good to where the nipple kind of comes out. If your nipple's a little bit flatter, sometimes you have to kind of be a little more gentle with the breast so that it still kind of protrudes. And then if it's inverted, it can make this a little bit more difficult. So if you have a nipple shield, you can still do this with a nipple shield. And it's a little bit easier to latch the baby on since the nipple is just there and ready to go. So kind of grab, tickle, tickle, tickle. Wait for baby to, get ready and big, big, big mouth to latch. And then kind of point it right in there and bring baby in. Bring baby in. You continue to be comfortable. Baby needs you to be comfortable. You got baby on. You can adjust your pillow. Sometimes for moms, if their torso is long, they might need an extra pillow underneath of here as well. And that could be for the football hold, or it can be for any of the front holds. So remember, baby is hugging the breast. When you're getting baby latched on, go up and under. Make sure they get a nice, good latch. Bring baby in. Bring baby in. If you notice that baby is kind of bouncing back or fighting you, then see if you can let a few of your fingers go but still support the head. It could be that reflex, and it could be that they're just like trying to figure it out, so they're wiggling their head all around. So next hold I want to show you does not involve the nursing pillow. And these again are basic holds. So when you bring baby up, this is usually a good resting position for whatever you're going to do next. So we've got our nursing pillows off to the side, waiting for our possible next use. This one is a position where you're going to lean back. And this can be really nice if you don't feel like fidgeting with a pillow, if you're just resting and you've got the semi-recline going on. It can be really, really nice for you. And if your baby is long, there are some modifications that you can do for that. So, and this baby all happens to be a little long. So with this specific position, there is one big change besides the position. And that's the way that you're going to position your fingers to introduce your nipple into the baby's mouth. It is going to go this way. So you're going to actually have where you're making a sandwich the normal way that you're expecting to have a sandwich, which is this way, or this way. So usually the best way to do this is kind of have baby lean into your arm as you're getting ready. If your baby is bigger, you notice this baby is cradling my thigh. And so that would be a normal variation. If they're not quite long enough, then sometimes they're kind of like kneeling like this just a little bit, and their feet are just kind of dangling onto your thigh. But if they're long, then you can just have them kind of straddle. So they're kind of sitting and they're comfortable. Hopefully you're comfortable as well. Remember, we're always bringing the baby to the breast, not the breast to the baby. So we get all positioned. We have baby leaning is on the arm. We've got baby braced kind of in a diagonal fashion. So across one of their shoulders and onto their bottom. You grab and this one's a little hard again because if they're a little bobby and they don't have a whole lot of self-control with their head yet, it can take a little bit. But you get a nice good hold on there for baby. And then when they are starting to show signs of they're ready to eat, you're going to again bring baby in. Bring baby in, okay? Usually they just continue to have their arm laying, or their head, laying on your arm, and it can be really sweet, and they're just kind of, breathing out the side here. And as long as you can hear them breathing, you know that they're good. So, and that is the leaning back hold. Those are probably the most basic holds that you're going to do when you're at home, or if you're at a friend's house. or right after you have a baby and you're either at home birth center or in the hospital. These are like the most basic holds. So there's the cradle, there's the cross cradle, the football, and the leaning back. These are the most basic. There are other positions, and I will go over those further at another time. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, into my little baby basics. Bye.